And the video is about me turning 29, and I'm happy. Hey Gucci Gang, Joe Sooch here, and the video is about me turning 29, and I'm happy. I'm not afraid to admit it. Complicated answer in a way, so we all know I have this rare disease, and for the people that don't know, it's FOP, so my muscle bones are growing all the time, so I look the way I do. I was born, I can move all my limbs, and year by year I keep losing movement and such, and at 29 years old, I can't walk anymore. I lost my arm movement for almost 20 years now. I have a cup here, I can't swallow anymore. So I lost the ability to swallow 5 years ago. It keeps going downhill slowly and slowly over time. And I got COVID. I was serious for a while, but I'm okay now. But I don't know, I think I'm feeling the effects of COVID, not physically, I feel 100%, but I think it affected my energy levels. That makes sense. I feel like I get more tired as I move around. I don't know if it's old age anymore. I'm almost 30. Oh my god. It's difficult just to keep grieving all my losses. And then the weird thing is I'm happy with myself. I really love my personality. It's, I'm not for everyone. I get it. I can be a dick a lot of the time, but I mean really well for people. I just want to push them to beyond what they think they can do, because I think we all need that push, and I guess I have a high bar for myself, and everyone around me just keep making things. So what makes me unhappy is that I have been having a lot of success over the past few months, and I really love it, but one thing is that I'm just a one-hit wonder. I'm a shiny toy, and then people love it and learn about it, and then they just move on. And I know a month from now they'll probably forget who I am as such, and that's super understandable. So I have to keep pushing content forward, and so it's you go into a high mountain peak, or my peak, but then you go down into the valley again. But that's not really my problem. I knew from the beginning I might be getting a lot of hits and such, and then my thing is that to develop a core audience. But the unhappy thing about me is that I'm alone a lot. I don't really have anyone to share it. I only have my best friend to share things with, and that's really it. And it's that just really bothers me. I got my personality, it's not for everyone, I get along with a lot of people, and a lot of people like me, and I think I'm a great person. I'm not even insecure about that at all, but it just bothers me that I don't have anyone to share it with. I had a podcast logo, I created a new logo, and I was really excited for it, but then I only had one person that came to mind to share it, and then no one else, and it just got me sad in a way. I'm not, I get a high when I talk to people, especially if we have good chemistry. What keeps me going and keeps my self-esteem really high. I have a high self-esteem. I'll have good photos of myself. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem being myself. I don't have a problem people not liking me. That's their choice, that's their opinion. I can't. If you don't like me, then you don't like me. That doesn't bother me at all. It's just wish people just stuck around. I know that a lot of people have similar situations. They'll just have these weird relationships where it's not, with the whole social media world, it's not even that close at all. Just liking a photo of each other, and that's interaction. But it's no, I want to talk to people about ideas and work together and collaborate, but people don't want to do it. Or it's happened to a lot of people. Go out for dinner, and then they'll cancel, or kids never talk to you again, or ghost, or this thing on messages, I don't even know what to call it, put like exclamation point or the aha moment, like, or they heart to comment as like conversation ended. So I get like my high from doing a podcast. It's great to talk to people, and I always want to do research on each person and like know all the work that they're doing, and I wanted to show that I did my research, I know what we're doing, create my narrative. Want to make people feel good that like, sometimes you're pushing content out there and sometimes you kind of get lost, or sometimes you don't think about yourself, so that someone has to tell you that you're doing a good job and such. So I'm that person, and my podcast also, it was modeled after a show called Hot Ones with Sean Evans, and what I really like his interviews is that once in a while, or maybe even per episode, he'll say, wow, how did you know about that, or you really did your research, and like that makes me really happy just to know the effort I put, and I did do it. Didn't just just make the interview and then 5 minutes before and then just freeball it. Like I create a good narrative. I've been like other people's podcasts, and it's super unprofessional. It's like, oh, so you have this disease, what does it stand for? You could have Googled my disease, you could have known about my disease, you could know what my name is. Every episode that they do, it's just the same formula. What is your disease? Tell me about it. And it's like, no, it's like, these people are advocating, they're tired of saying what their disease is and such. And it's like what I do is like take the effort. Like I'll introduce them, I'll say this person has this disease, like get into a conversation that they don't normally get into. One conversation we got into devotees, or if you don't know, like people that have a fetish toward disabled people. I didn't know devotees was a term, and I learned that. It's just a great conversation. I'm a great person, but then it bothers me because I'm the one asking the question. I'm the one interested in them. We say our goodbyes and then that's it. I get it. Business is business, so it's an interview, and I get it. It's just sometimes I wish people would pay attention to me, want to get to know me. Even on the podcast, it's even in real life when I talk to people, I'll be the one asking questions, but I just feel like I'm the only one asking questions, and they don't ask for my opinion on this or that, and it's like, I don't want to talk to you because it's like I'm putting the effort in it, and it's just not fun. And it's like, I'm just tired of feeling alone. Like I know I have a great personality, but I think the big thing is my disability, honestly. Like, look how I look. Maybe it's hard to see now because I'm wearing all black and such, but it's been my biggest downfall growing up. Like, it's just hard to make friends and people that want to grow. I mean, even regular people have a tough time. It's even more difficult because you have to create more trust, and there's nothing I can do there's nothing more I can do, I have to, I'm willing to help a person out and such, but, like they have to put in their 50-50 or it's just not going to work. It's like, I can't meet these people, but I think another problem is my personality. I have a very unique and funny and witty, and it's just sometimes people can't keep up with me, and I can't blame them. But it's difficult. Like, the guys are just business people to me. I can't, like sometimes I try to talk to them, like create a relationship outside of it and remain friends. Some of them I do, and that's great, but it just fizzles out, and I can't blame them for that. Or we don't get along, and we're just sometimes like each other's photos, and that. It's like I get it. It's just be nice for someone to be fully interested in me and want to get to know me, and like non-ghost and want to talk, and it's difficult. It's like it's kind of how I've always been growing up, and in the beginning it was just in the beginning I was just like the weird one, and I was trying everything, and I would try so hard to be in a situation, and so no one would invite me, but I pop up, but like, the thing is, like, no one can do what I did. The way I looked to travel, no one could do that. But I did, and it's like, they didn't really care. I mean, I'm sure they were like happy to see me, but like, never really got invited. I just showed up and such, and it just sucks how that is. And like, I'm turning 29, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. Like, I don't know, it's just hard to meet people, especially now that it's hard to meet people in physical form, because that's the best and only way to form these relationships. Social media is not going to be it. Dating apps won't be it. It's just difficult to do, and I don't know, I'm just tired of feeling alone, and someone I appreciate me, and I appreciate someone, and someone I'm looking forward to, but I just don't have that person in my life. Yeah, and then just me being alive at 29, it's like, I didn't think I'd make it this far. It's just, for all the depression I dealt with, and the suicidal moments, and then just my health in general, just surviving. I got COVID and I beat it without getting the vaccine. It's incredible in itself. You know, it weighs heavy that like 10 people with my disease died. 10 people out of 800, that's a large number in the past like 4 years. Some were a little bit younger, some were a little bit older. It's like, there was nothing they could do to help themselves live. They just died. And it's like, it weighs heavy on me to like, I could just die without me knowing, or, I mean, it can happen to anyone, but it seems it's more risk, because my health is stable right now, but it's not in great capacity at all, and it's like, it's terrifying that my body can kill me at any moment, and it's been hurting me for my entire life, which sucks. I don't know, I just wish I wasn't alone so I could do a lot more things, like a lot more videos I would love to do with not just myself, but with other people to collaborate. You know, get the creativity going, just people that's on my mind, like, on my wavelength. Like, I think a lot of people are just not motivated enough, I guess. I think kind of my problem is I'm just kind of always meeting the wrong people. You know, like after 29 years, like you think it's either a societal problem or it's a me problem. And it just seems like I'm the problem just because the way I am, but like, I don't know, it's just weird because like everyone likes me, and like a lot of people like me and laugh and we'll have great conversations, you know, social, you know, work, you know, everything loves me, but then that's it. They don't put the effort to, after that, to like want to get to know me more. It's just it's just business and a little chatty, and then that's it. Like, I understand a relationship, like, can't do business to make it into something, but just like, I just gonna keep going the way I'm going with my thing, and hope my YouTube career picks up, and then I'll start meeting more like-minded people. I think that my people are like the filming people and such, and it's just hard to see them, but it's also weird because when you're a disabled person, it doesn't really work when you're two disabled people, because if I'm with someone, I need a physically able-bodied person to handle me, so it's like, I can't really, it's almost like we clash heads with another disabled person. Okay, like, we have a lot in common, but then it just clashes heads in a way. It's like, I don't know, and it's hard to be, I get accepted by regular people because, you know, they'd rather be with people that can move a lot and not have to worry about me as much. Like, just, if I go anywhere, like, you gotta learn how to feed me, you gotta do the wheelchair. Like, I like to make videos, do the camera, but everyone knows how to do a camera. To pick me up from a chair requires physical effort, as it requires someone to like me a lot to want to do it. And I don't know, it's just, also with people who are just less afraid of me, like, I get it. I get my condition, I get why it would cause people to be afraid like that. It's not my fault, but at the same time it's my fault because I can't do anything about it and people are just not used to it and I can't blame them. So I think it'll just always be a problem that I will just always have, and all I can do is to keep going and hopefully something changes, just that's it gets the beauty of the world. You kind of never know what's going to happen in the future. So cheers to 29, hope I make it to 30. Check out my other video where I did body paint. That was really fun to do. I hope to live to 30, that should be a big one. I already know what I'm going to do for that year, but it should be a fun birthday thing. So, happy birthday to me, 29 years old, hope I make it to 30, and I'll catch you in the morning.